I hope it's not 140. I think I'm making about 70. Yes.
Hello.
He did say he was going to be here probably just at 5:30.
Who's got that purples? I think it's good now.
Carlos can probably go subfield for a few minutes, can he? Hang on. You go sort him out. I'll get on to Jack.
Is it? We're up. We're up. He's going to sort that out. Okay, train. I might do the first change. He does the first take. We'll see if he helps sort out this stuff. Oh, you're right. Yeah, no, good. Yes, I'll try to log into it.
Here we are, home of cricket, Warrawee Oval. How are you, Matt?
I'm very good, Trent. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Two of us will start off in the commentary booth today. We've got our traditional rivals, Oakley and Corfield. English import Ben Fletcher has the ball in hand from the primary school end. Bowling left arm over. Caulfield batters.
Not too sure, to be honest. I'm not sure if they're going batting order according to their My Cricket, but it seems to be Lucas Agar, and I believe Ari fell down the other end.
Good young cricketer, Lucas. Famous last name. Fletcher coming into bowl. Right at the stumps there. Dot ball defended into the off field. Half almost manages to get the ball back to mid-off. And who are our three under 21s tonight, Matt?
We have three. We've got Fateh on his debut, who was selected to play this game 2 weeks ago before it was rained off.
Awesome.
Standing at the mid-wicket there. We have Ben Salmon at deep square leg, off camera at the moment as Ben comes into bowl.
Short ball, hooked down to fine leg. Probably not going to run with the slow grass. Pulls up just before the boundary. Ben Salmon picks it up, wings it in, but 3 runs to Corfield.
So for correction, it's Jay Rydell at the crease and Ari Fell is now on strike. Ari's been impressive in the 3rd and 4th 11. He's made a ton in the 4s earlier this year. But Ben will look to get him early here.
Rimmel's the Caulfield skipper tonight, over from England this season, putting together a very impressive year with over 400 runs already and a ton.
Defended to the offside, well bowled there by Fletch.
Picked up by James Francis, who's our 3rd under 21 player tonight. Was impressive in the game against Brighton last week.
Yeah, put on a very good partnership with Jack Clark in the middle order as a bit of a stabiliser when our top order didn't manage to get going. We'll look to build on that tonight.
Nice full ball, right on the crease, defended to cover, winged back in, well taken by James Ben, keeping tonight again. He was also impressive with the bat last Tuesday.
And I believe our marquee player, Brendan Grace, is standing at cover, the man that winged the ball into him. Anything you know about him, Trent? Not much.
Obviously, Fitzroy Doncaster, like Matt, his brother, the coach.
Prodded outside the off stump.
Well, that's gone inside the bat there too. Pretty good over here from Fletch. Probably just that one ball he didn't quite get exactly where he wanted to. Only 3 runs off 5 balls so far, so if you can finish it off here with the 6th ball, it'll be a really good start for the Oaks. Even had a slip in early to see whether the ball's moving around.
Very well bowled.
Inside the bat again. Very good over. We've also got Carlos Wakefield subfielding for the moment. One of the occupational hazards of the 5:30 Twilight competition. Jack Clark wasn't able to get here on time due to some traffic from his marketing job.
Like this move, Ryan Pearson taking the ball, taken 19 wickets this season, most recently a 4 from the weekend. So both handy with bat and ball, and looking for the experience here to try and get an early breakthrough.
I've got one in my bag on trade. It's the same flavour.
Having a look at changes to the field.
I believe we have a man under us, so we've got a long off, and we have a long on, should I say, and a sweeper on the offside.
Goes long, chance. Oh dear. Just a slight misfield, but didn't cost us anything. 2 runs to Corfield.
Be interesting to see if this is a strategy we look to use to get down the wicket to Ryan. Get on top of it with a ball skidding a bit more.
That's a nice shot. It's gone over mid-off for 4. Yeah, the new white ball really pings off early as well too.
Yeah, and with the shorter boundaries here at Warrawee being straight, it's going to be definitely a strategy for both teams tonight to really look to hit back over the bowler's head. Good dot, good recovery.
Well bowled. Just dragged that one down slightly, which was stopped him advancing. Goes long, that one's going to be too far I think, and that's 6 runs over a whitish long on. Oh! Chance for a caught and bowled, spilled, and a run out that just made it into the crease. That would have been a really handy one, that's an understatement.
Interesting move, first field change with both long off and long on back, and the sweeper coming in from cover, although now he's just headed back out there for the newer batsman. And I say that, and he's coming back in.
Pearson continues bowling around the wicket.
Prodded to mid-wicket, Carlos collects.
It's the end of the over.
Very well bowled over, and a very good start for the Oaks.
Got some acknowledgements for some of our community partners tonight as well too. Our major frog box sponsors, Aparis Lawyers, over 40 years specialising in personal injury law. Their main commitment is to help get your life back on track. They promise to bring legal expertise, insights and support beyond the law. To get info, contact them on 0385270200. Fletcher in again. That one's a bit full. Played through the cover region. Not going to go. The ground is extremely lush and thick. Probably the only thing stopping this being in absolutely perfect conditions to bat on. The batsman rushed through for 3. Rimmel doing the majority of the scoring here.
Yeah, his 435 runs at 43, including his ton this year, will definitely show that he will be the main wicket that we'll look to get early on, and he could be the one that really takes the game away for Caulfield.
Yeah, Fletcher has got all balls apart from 2 right on the spot. Been really good tonight.
So if you were captain now, Trent, what would you look to do? Would you look to bowl Fletcher out, or would you give him his 2 and save 2 back for the later in part of the innings?
I'd probably wait and see what happens next over.
As Pearson comes out of slip into another cover. Very stacked offside field.
And I'd probably switch up for next over as well. Oh, very close. Maybe an inside edge. Rush through for a single. Let's see what the umpire's call is. Yep. Gave it off the bat.
I think I did hear 2 noises there, so seemed like a good decision, but really on the money there from Fletcher. He looks to sort of hone into that off stump, come in left arm, shake the opposition up.
Rimmel was actually dismissed by Pearson earlier in the season in their pennant game. Let's see if he bowls the next over. That one was short and hit away comfortably for 4 over mid-wicket. Yeah, just from the early stages here, probably doesn't look the wicket to be bowling too short on.
No, definitely
Seems
not.
to be just holding up a little bit.
Cheeky little inside edge, just backward of square, pounced upon by Fate. Be interesting to see when he's looked to utilise a nice leg spinning action. We'll see what Matt Grace has in store for Fate tonight. Whether you look to him as an earlier option or if he bowls towards the back ends of the innings.
It is a big ground, so there is a fair bit of defence for a spinner. But he might wait until after the power play. Chance here for Carlos. Goes over the top.
For 1.
Gives away an overthrow. Good tack on the ball.
That brings us to the end of Fletcher's second over, 3 overs in.
Yeah, looks like it'll be the Ben Salmon coming on to bowl.
Really like this move, get Ben Salmon in early. He's been bowling well for the whole year. He's taken 13 wickets at 18.46, third 11 premiership play from last year, and has now progressed up into the second 11 in the previous couple of weeks, where he's been taking his good form up there as well.
We've got a question in all the way from England. One of our favourite sons, Connor Byrne, asking who is the better keeper out of James Ben and Miles Fabris. James has been doing a terrific job the last couple of weeks. Miles, unfortunately, just recovering from a hamstring injury, but probably with runs on the board. Miles has him covered at the moment. Always good to hear from you, Con.
You can hear the iconic Noodles chant from below us from Nick Turtle Thurgood. Thanks, Turtle.
Gracie moves the field around, brings the mid-wicket straighter and moves the long on around to Cow in front of the Chargers.
Ooh. Stop.
X again.
Yeah, we are.
So those uninitiated is the world's worst nightmare of people with frog box. A couple of really good balls to start his third over here. Fletch again. Surprisingly, he's beaten the bat on the inside 3 or 4 times already today. Bowling really good length though. Whipped into point, well fielded by James Francis. No run, sharp work, Oaks.
Looking to run that ball down the third man, Ari, so I reckon Ben is on here. If you can get that ball sort of coming back into him, might be able to get one back through the gate.
Oh, really good ball. Extra bounce there. Well taken by Bean.
The effort ball. It was interesting listening to Benny Fletcher talk the other day about how he sort of sizes up batsmen and how they stand when he's running into ball, and whether they turn a bit more straight on or whether they sort of fall across, and how that sort of changes the way that he bowls.
Looked a bit premeditated, that shot too. And the extra bounce probably beat the bat. Not sure where Jack Clark is. Maybe enjoying a delicious sausage over there with Peter Splatt and Ivor Donahue. Well bowled, aggressive shot. Fielded again at that shortish cover spot where Brendan Grace is patrolling. Been a really impressive spell here by Fletch.
Starting to get a bit of a crowd down here at the home of cricket. So if you've got nothing to do on your Tuesday night, head down to the home of cricket. We've got the barbecue going. Great to see as many people down here as you can. Any
Oakley juniors, if you're wearing your club gear, you can get a free sausage or soft drink. Oh, that's unlucky. Outside edge. Down to short fine. Scramble back for 2. Really well fielded, but just shows the size of this ground. But there are just 2s everywhere here.
That takes us to the end of the over. A really good over there by Fletch.
Clarkie's finished his sausage now and he's on the field. Thank you to Carlos for sub-fielding. Great job, mate.
So none for 39 off 5. And also that means the end of the 5 overs will switch ends.
We reckon the players' comfort is up in this coach's box too, Matt.
What was that?
Hey?
What was that?
It's hot.
Yes.
It's hot up here.
It is cool. It is very cool.
It is hot up here.
There is a lack of ventilation. So your commentary team will be swimming tonight.
Pearson going to bowl the first over of the second set. Interestingly, too, with our 2 umpires tonight, we've got Peter Lombardo, who incidentally top scored for our Vets team on the weekend, and we've got just checking the name so I can get the pronunciation correctly. Oh, that's not it.
Raja Satija.
Raja Satija, who's a former Oakley junior. They're both actually former club umpires of Oakley as well too, who have found their way onto the panel. We've got about 8 of them here, so not sure whether the Subbies umpire fraternity would be even in operation without the umpiring factory that is created down at Scammell Reserve. Pearson in again to Rimmel.
Probably back.
Yeah, that shorter length seems to be the one that's troubling him just a little bit. Anything fuller than that, and he's got those long levers. Driven away to long off for a single. No particular damage there. Unusual that we've been commentating for this long and we haven't mentioned the score yet. It is 0 for 39 in the 6th over. Rimmel is on 34 off 17 balls and Fell is on 4 off 14.
Prodded there by Ari to the captain at cover. just bunted wide.
Oh,
run
run out chance there. Would have been well short. Pearson with an acrobatic manoeuvre. Needed one of VJ Gadders around the backs there. That might have been the ploy employed there.
The indoor cricket ones.
Just a change in the field. Umpire holding it up. Rimmel on strike. Goes hard again out to long off for a single. Good over thus far by Pearson. 2 to come. Only 3 runs scored to this point.
Been really tight the last 2 overs, which was really important after the fast start they had. Beating the infield.
Yeah,
Should come back for a second.
Well placed again. So, for players who have played a long time at this ground, it's certainly important to understand the size of it too. There are just twos almost everywhere. It's if you're hitting the ball well, it's almost impossible to defend.
Good tight over though, only 5 off it. Takes them to 43 after the first 6.
And we've got a change of bowler. We've got Brendan Grace coming on. One of the many Oaks wearing number 7 out there today.
Yeah, we have a few of them. We had
Not that we're endorsing pokies at all, but 3 7s would give you a pretty nice return. Just as the batsmen are working out, coming on for the new over, we've got an event coming up for the Mighty Oaks. We've got the OCC iPod Shuffle Night happening on the 3rd of February, which is day 2 of this upcoming 2-dayer. $25 entry, that's all. $25 gives you a song entry, food, and your first drink. Amazing. Plenty of fun activities and prizes to be won on the night. Subject to a full playlist, so get in early to secure your song. I believe double figures worth of songs have already been purchased today, which is incredible. So get in early. Always a fun night up at the Val Holton Rooms.
great start there.
Couple more questions in from our listeners. We've got one about which team has been better performed so far out of Brighton and Caulfield from the 2 T20 games. Brighton were obviously really impressive for the first 3 quarters, and then the Oaks almost got over the line. Grace coming in again. Just a little bit straight. Hits it out to mid-wicket. Probably will be 2 there. Nicely fielded in. Keeps it to 2. Corfield, primarily on the back of their skipper, have been performing well, but it's probably a little bit too early for that question. We'll give an update later on towards the night. Then we've got another question after this ball. Grace coming in, right arm over, keeper up. Yeah, much better area, well fielded off the arm bowling. Of all the karaoke or iPod nights at Oakley, who has had the best song performance? Now, there's a nomination for John Keogh, another one of our Stockport, George and Oakley players, who sang Shaggy and Angels. My vote would have to be with Ben Hogan, who put on a masterful performance of Wasn't Me. Swept on a full ball. It'll probably be 2 again. They might push for 3. It's a very long boundary out there to Drummond Street. Well kept.
A really good shot from who? Who is that out there?
Really good defence there. One of the number 7s, that was Sam Jones. One of the many 7s.
So we had 4 out there at one point with Carlos, I believe, wearing number 7 as well.
Probably more effective in a game of footy with 4 guys wearing the same number, but Grace just a little bit straight again, and that's going to be another 2. Jones coming in to pick it up. Another ball to come in this over.
6 off it so far. Boundaries have dried up, but it just shows scoring can be quite easy on this ground if you're able to hit to those sweepers and consistently run 2.
Yeah, that length, which we probably haven't hit too often enough, It's sort of that on the foolish side of the 6 metres that they talk about often. It's a bit harder to score from. Brother to brother. Now this is something that hasn't happened too often. Matt Grace, the club coach, will take the ball now. Been a real revelation with his bowling this season. Have a look at his stats. He's got 17 wickets at 15. And has just bowled really important overs, showing a great variety, well suited to the white ball game with his bag of tricks. He's also been keeping up to the stumps, coming in from the cemetery end. A little straight there, but it should only be a single down to Salmon at fine leg.
I think it's interesting to note with Gracie, not probably reflecting on last year, it probably wasn't his greatest year. But I think the thing that's really helped with his confidence here is actually his batting. He scored 159 runs at 20, but it's really the vital innings, especially against this Caulfield team that we played just before Christmas. That 62, that really sort of got us out of a hole, I think has given him the confidence to take his bowling to the next level.
Great, slow ball, lobbed up in the air. Fletcher getting underneath it, takes it comfortably. Really good bowling there by Gracie.
Yeah, good variation, just wasn't picked up there well. Just skied straight into the air, nice easy catch to mid-off.
Gives the big Oakley crowd something to celebrate there. Got a few favourite sons of Oakley over there near the famous old grandstand. Roland Williams, John Doig, Ian Dudley, Peter Webb, all life members that I can see from this vantage point.
Plenty of blokes in their training kits, the old purple and gold C sort of assembling at the front of the grandstand on the far side of the ground. It's a good start by Gracie. We'll see if the form can continue.
Perfect conditions for cricket tonight though. Melbourne's really put on a belter today. Temperature's probably in the high 20s, just under 30. Not a breath of air, and beautiful visibility. Often the case in these T20 games that it can get a little bit dark towards the end of them, but I don't think that'll happen tonight.
Chase Alfazi, the new man at the crease. Now Grace steams in.
Oswell pushing it across, left by the batsman. Couple of young oaks I can see wearing their shirts, walking around the boundary line, obviously headed towards the hot dog stand. Ooh. Pushed across again, or parried down by Bean. Be the tennis ball. Slow ball again, chance down to the other end, not picked up cleanly. Sneak through for a single. Brings Rimmel back on strike.
44 off 26 with 4 fours and 1 6.
Field spreads now. Most of the infielders are on the circle. Grace unsure of the fielding positions, changing it up, bringing third man up into the circle. Probably well noticed as well too, otherwise it would have been a no ball. Yeah, really well bowled.
Prodded to mid-wicket for a dot.
Only one fielder within about 100 metres of the bat on the leg side. Picked him out perfectly.
Brendan Grace will continue. The Grace-Grace combination from the far end.
And Oaks have sort of found their mark now with the bowling in the last few overs. It's probably a tough time for a new batsman to come in, as Alfazi has probably found here. If we can somehow manage to nick Rimmel off, would certainly slow the scoring down for Caulfield.
Well, yeah, definitely. Gracie let the stands there with the last over, only 2 runs from it, including that wicket. So, and even one of those runs was a very dangerous one to the short gully / backward point that's there.
Got a wide third man on the boundary, a fine leg.
Everyone else pretty much up.
Oh, inside edge onto the pad again.
Really tightened up here, which is good from the Oaks. Didn't want to get that fast start sort of blown out into a really big score here.
Yeah, really well bowled there. Jack Clark's made it onto the field. Didn't get docked for leaving work early either, and has managed to have a quick dinner on his way out to the field. All in all, a very good night for him so far. Hopefully he can make some runs as well.
Well anticipated by half, was moving there before ball even hit bat and was able to prevent that single. Yeah, Jack Clark probably batting at number 3 tonight. It's his preferred position in the top 6, so he'll look to capitalise on his good start last week and push further and make a few more.
Grace around the wicket. Farzi knocks it down to long on. Another question in here from our viewers. Best finish to an Oakley Corfield game. On our podcast, we actually did a top 5 greatest finishes. One potentially a little unlucky not to make it was a admittedly second 11 game a few years back. Oakley only having 9 wickets with 20 required. Knocked it around with some industrial shot making, some reverse sweeps and so forth. Last over, facing the Victorian coach Lofton, and was able to knock one over mid wicket for the winning runs. Great result. Grace again with a dot ball. Good over again this one.
Knocked just wide of the guy mid-wicket. Down to long on for a single.
End of the over. Grace Brothers doing a really good job. Grace Brothers, they were a furniture company in the 80s, I think. Main competition of Franco Cozzo. Now you have to go to Fantastic.
Rest in peace.
Heard an interesting story about Franco Cozzo. Might leave that one for the Frog Box After Dark. This is what everyone's wanted to see. Fateh Singh coming on to bowl his first over at first 11 cricket.
Yeah, it'd be good to see with those leg spinners if he can create something here. Really important partnership here to break, I reckon. So if he can find a way to take a wicket here, could be big in the context of trying to get through this middle order of Caulfield quickly.
Been a few very good leg spinners to have played for Oakley over the years. Barry Ensel, Joey Roberts, Connor Byrne. Fateh Singh added to the list.
The reverse sweep.
Reverse sweep first up. That's hit away, and I think that's going to make the boundary. Welcome our next commentator, Jeff Latham, into the booth. How are you, Jeff?
Not bad, Trent. How you going?
Very well, thank you. So formal with the actual first names.
Yeah, that's not going to last long.
Oh, Sky.
In the air. Running
Chance
back.
here and gets the big wicket for Tay.
Big wicket.
Takes Rimmel out.
On 40
Hit him with flight.
and 49 as well. Huge wicket. Huge in the context of what this could mean for the rest of the Corfield innings.
As we mentioned before, it's not that easy getting going. New batsman will be under pressure now.
Oh, good from the skinny fat.
This idiot.
Would be remiss of us not to talk about Oakley's history in the T20 competition. 5-time champions, well above anyone else within the 32 club VSCA. One of those victories, actually two of those victories have been at this ground itself, which is fantastic. The last two, one versus Moorabbin in 2021 and also the 15-16 season against the undefeated Brunswick.
16 in a row, wasn't it?
Might have been more.
I'm calling for a wicket and Fateh has delivered here. Lucas Agar, the new man to the crease. Very stacked offside field here.
Certainly is. Who took that catch there?
That was Brendan
Brendan.
Grace, I believe.
One of the many number 7s.
Would be interesting scoring the game if you had all the numbers down and you had 3 sevens.
Shout out to one of our most famous number 7s, the great Jared Travaglia. I'm sure he'll be watching at home.
Hey, fair.
He's here. Even better. Oh, very well bowled for Tay.
Good bit of flight there. The confidence will be up for him. That's a huge wicket.
Bowling in sunglasses like another famous oak, Ben Hogan.
Both spin.
The Mark War of subbies cricket. Got away with one there, and that's probably a single to us. Good number of kids turning up to the ground now as we see Max Getley walking around the ground.
Slice straight up in the
Chant
air.
off, Fateh, you've got to go. Ball skied to a very short mid-wickets position. Bowler couldn't quite get around there in time.
I think he just didn't want to drop the hip and shoulder on the batsman, I reckon.
James Francis wearing Matt Norton's favourite number, 87.
Last ball of the over, 5 off, and the big wicket of Rimmel so far. What can Fateh do here? Also a bit short, pushed in front of square. Half done really well from the deep there to keep it at 1.
That's another run saved there. Hello, Tom Ison,
Like
dropping by.
Not too bad, mate.
Look at the view up here. Fantastic.
That's probably time to hand over to Jeff Latham now. I'll take a break. Just before we do, call out the Woolies Cricket Blast program for our 5 to 10-year-old Oaks of the Future, returning on the 3rd of February. Not too late to sign up. Fast, fun, active and high participation program that aims to develop basic skills for boys and girls between ages 5 to 10. We've got our first girls team this year as well too. For additional information, check out the club website. Skipper Ryan Pearson coming down to the cheer squad down here. And Latho, seat is yours.
Thank very much. Here with Miles Fabris, going to be joining me for the session.
Hello, Jeff.
Hello, Miles.
Great to be here.
Great to have you. Got Ben Salmon coming in for his, I believe, his second over, I think it is. Otherwise known as Noodles.
Alright, good little fight back here from the Oaks. Jeffrey?
Yes, not too bad. That second lot of 5 overs probably in our favour, I think. Slowed the run rate down, picked up a few wickets.
Caulfield going just over a runner ball. And Ben Salmon's back into the attack. We've switched end again at the end of the block of 5 overs. And here comes Noodle Salmon. Well bowled. Yorker length kept out. Fielded at mid-wicket. No run.
Jack Craig's found himself onto the field finally.
Jack Clark.
Jack Clark even. Struth.
Tough one with these 20s. T20s starting at 5:30 for some. Ben Salmon again. Well bowled.
Jack Craig, a good footballer from Albury Wodonga, I think, if you look that up.
Yeah. Good footballer, even more relevant to our coverage.
Played him, decent little cricket player too, just by the way.
So Ben Salmon, one of Oakley's under-21s playing today. He's taken 13 wickets so far this season, playing in the regular Saturday comp. Full toss, slapped down to the boundary fielder at mid-on.
That's the old Connor Byrne wicket ball, that. Dangerous stuff. I hope we can all hear the peanut gallery that's downstairs, featuring Nick Thurgood, John O'Keefe, Jordan Brambleby, and a couple others.
Well bowled, Ben Salmon pushed down to mid-on. Just an easy single.
Right arm, Fletch.
2 for 66 here. We got Tom Ison in the booth with us here. Good mate of Ben Salmon.
Gentlemen, how are we?
Good.
What are your thoughts on wearing the long sleeve but rolling them up to your elbows?
Well, with the 3/4 length going extinct, you've got to make do.
Good point.
Well, in fear of referring back to Connor Byrne again, he was always a big fan of the 3/4. He ended up buying himself a long sleeve and cutting it to 3/4 length.
That's right.
That's what he ended up doing, which I was disgusted in.
That's the end of the 11th over. Pretty good over from Ben Salmon there. Only 5 from it.
Got the fat back on.
2 for 66 here. Fateh comes in. Again, switching ends. Very good first over from him.
Has to go to full toss again for mine.
The wicket ball.
Dangerous.
Well, with men out straight, I thought they were going to put cow in.
Yeah, let's have a look at the field.
What is it? We got like a deep mid wicket. It's not really a cow, is it? It's deep mid wicket,
Mid-on,
deep mid on, deep mid off.
mid-on, mid-off.
Is there a cover out there? Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Wait, we're missing one. Where's?
Only got 4 out, I think.
No, we're not. Yeah, just 4 out. Okay.
Gutsy.
So you can have 5 out at most here. That's outside of the inner circle of the field. Fateh comes in. 2 for 66. Delicately poised here. So nice shot down the ground for 1. Pretty well bowled again, Fateh.
Now we've got cow out, mid on, mid off, deep cover.
We got any beers in here? Not to get off topic.
No.
Yeah.
But if you're going to go get one,
Yeah, I was going to say, do we all need one? Or?
yeah.
Yeah, I really sucked myself in there.
There you go, that's what you asked for.
That's the length. Oh,
One bounce
just
to
short of
Jack.
the catch. Need more of that.
To be fair, that's what's going to get it done. Is
Hardest ball to hit in subbies. I'll make a deal with you, Jeff. If Fat gets a wicket this over, you're paying. If he doesn't, I'm paying.
done.
Beautiful. Come on, Fat. Yep.
Oh,
Catch it! Oh, you're joking. Oh.
The full toss working at the moment.
Oh, wow.
Nicked it sort of just behind the keeper.
What are we going
For a
to say
single.
about that? It's just a spinner's air density with the flight.
Just a bit quicker through the air, maybe, I don't know.
Flight and guide.
Catch! Catch! Fletch!
Won't carry to mid off.
My money could be safe here. What's that, one ball to come?
2 to come.
2. Oof.
Just single so far in the over.
Oh, it's
Well,
well.
again, they're going for a single or misfield.
We're only talking wicket to the bowler, not a run out.
No, that would have to count. Because his bowling could cause the run out. You know, good delivery. Now, you're a bowler, Jeff. You understand the pain. You put the pressure on. Yeah, you know. I always said run out should count to the bloke who bowled them as well. It should count to all 3 people involved. No. Oh, looks like I'm off to the bar, fellas.
Pleasure doing business, Tommy.
Well, it's been
Well,
good to
it's
have
been-
you,
it's been
Tommy
good.
Morrison.
Thank you very much, fellas. Been a good little cameo. I'll be back with some beverages, I believe.
Cut and dry, please.
Miles, all good?
I'm good.
Alright, see you in a second.
See you, mate.
Another really good over from Fateh there, only 5 from it. And all singles. So batsman can't get him away or just deciding now is not the time.
Yeah, but that also probably factors into when he did bowl the looseners, the full tosses. It's building that pressure because they can't get him away. When he does bowl the full toss, they do want to try and cash in and try to, get them a bit loose with their shots, creating a chance.
Matt Grace on the bowl. It's full. Just chipped on into the onside, won't be caught. Fielded now back for 2.
Sammy Jones out there, deep mid wicket.
As I'm sure has been talked about, the ground here square is very big. So looking at the field, we've got a mid wicket, mid on, mid off, all on the fence, and a third man and a fine leg. Cut wide down to that wide third man. Field will just be a single.
So at this stage of the game, where are you looking to bowl, considering you've got the field that you do?
Well, yeah, it's a little bit more difficult at the moment with a right-left hand combination. So every single is going to cause you to change the field. It looks relatively similar.
Yeah, it's the same field.
Right hand, still got the fine leg, third man. That's hit out to the mid-on, mid off, and then a mid-wicket relative to each right-hand, left-hand batsman. I mean, you're probably pretty happy with singles at the moment, or you don't mind singles if you're the bowling team, Oakley.
Yeah, if you're going to have the men out, you've got to bowl to a plan to make them hit to the sweeper. You don't want to give them the chance to hit over the infield or.
Third man's come up here.
Oh, chipped.
Chipped. Wide of mid-wicket, single.
Who was that in the box, man? Oh, that's brother of, isn't it?
That is Brendan Grace, our guest player for tonight. Each club can have one guest player. Full slow ball, pushed wide of mid-off, who's running around. Fletch will throw it in. Easy two in the end. Well placed from the batsman.
Been a handy over so far from Matty Grace. I think you've got to be happy with just the singles having 4 or 5 off the over. Oh, that can't be far.
Big swing, bounced over the stumps. Well stopped by Jimmy Ben, keeping. Pretty good over there. 7 from it. Caulfield 2 for 78 after 13. Just operating at about a run a ball. I thought before the game at about 140 it'd be a good score batting first.
Yeah, well, with the dimensions of our ground, if you bowl well, you can keep them to probably under 1 a ball.
It's very lush at the moment.
It is lush. It's, like we said, pretty deep square. So, if you place your fields well and bowl to your field, you can tie teams down. It's just chip straight over the bowler, leading edge. But yeah, I reckon par's probably like you're saying 120, 140. Corfield did get off to a bit of a flyer, so
Yeah, we've pulled them back nicely actually.
what is the rate?
Nicely. Bang on, run a ball. In comes Brendan Grace. Well bowled. Keeper up to the stumps. Just bowling full and straight, stump to stump. Well fielded off his own bowling.
Oh, Tommy Ison's back.
I didn't have dry.
That's right.
Which one would you prefer?
Yeah, I've got the very best, thanks.
No worries.
Brendan Grace to continue.
Oh,
Big swing. I don't know whether he's inside edge that or it's come off the keeper's pads. But it's gone down to fine leg and they're going to run 2. See what the call is. Buys.
Buys. Jimmy Ben won't be happy with that. Must remember to be the tennis ball, James Ben.
Always be the tennis ball.
Always be the tennis ball.
He's comfortably pushed out to mid-off sweeper. Single.
I'd like to know when the last boundary was actually. Has dried up.
Yeah, well, it's just sort of a bit of a pattern here at the moment. Just singles. Batsman happy enough to just keep rotating the strike. Ooh, well bowled. Inside edge.
I think it's fairly evident that the bats are starting to lose patience while they have consolidated after losing a couple of wickets in that sort of last spell of 5 overs. Now it seems to have got a bit much for them. They seem to be looking to try to expand their play a little bit, maybe look for the boundary a little bit more. Oakley will see this as a bit of an opportunity to sneak a wicket.
Yeah, something's got to give, doesn't it?
Yeah, one way or the other.
Can't just keep hitting the sweepers when you're only 2 down. We're coming now to the end of the 14th over. 2 for 84.
And we've got Pearso coming back on, left arm orthodox. They took to him early on. It'll be interesting to see if they target him again or... late change, Fletch to come in. I would have liked to see Pearso actually. I would have liked to see them try and take him on.
Taking Fate off. He's bowled a couple of good overs.
Yeah, true.
But maybe the skipper is feeling like you are, that the batsmen are starting to get comfortable. He's brought his strike bowler back on, Ben Fletcher. You've played a fair few of these T20s, Jeff. When you're bowling around this time, what are you trying to bowl? Are you trying to mix it up every ball or bowl 6 of the same?
Yeah, well, for me, I've got probably the best off-cutter in the game. So, yeah, I'm probably trying to change it up a fair bit. You probably don't change your line and lengths all that much, more so the speed and what it is that you're bowling. Because you'll have your plans with your field. You still want them to be targeting your sweepers. But yeah, if you can change your speeds a little bit, upset their rhythm, especially now that they've been in there a little bit, try and upset their rhythm and can probably force a couple of dots, whether they're missing balls or hitting it to the box man, whatever it is. But yeah, I think you'll often see him get frustrated. Trying to top. There we go.
Bowl him.
Yeah, well, he's bowling around his legs, I think. So you can see he's trying to create something from nothing because they are getting bogged down. And that's when, if you can stay disciplined as a bowling side, it'll happen for you. You don't have to force it because you've done all the hard work in the lead up.
That's Al-Fazi gone for 16 off 19. Yeah, bowled around his legs. As he said, Jeff trying to move across, trying to make something happen, trying to work the ball into areas that are perhaps a bit unnatural for him. He's been bowled, leg stump. 3 for 85.
Need to get a bit of Bill Laurie or something about us. Got him! Go on, get him up here! Do you know who we've got coming in now?
No.
Sick.
Well, depends on the scorebook order isn't always the batting order necessarily.
I'm sure we'll figure it out soon enough.
Yeah, I might take this opportunity just to talk about the Toyota Good for Cricket raffle, which is on once again this year. I'm sure if you're a cricket fan, you've heard them talk about it on the Test match coverage or on the Big Bash coverage. But the Good for Cricket raffle, you go online to the Toyota website, search Good for Cricket raffle, and you can search for Oakley Cricket Club. And you can buy your tickets and the money comes directly to us here at the club. Tickets are $5 each. Some great prizes available.
I had a look last night actually. There's 37 prizes, I think.
And 3 of them are brand new cars.
3 of them brand new cars. But they've got prizes from, like gift cards for example, from like Rebel Sports and Woolworths and I think Harvey Norman as well.
Awesome.
Or the Good Guys, was it? One of the two. But yeah, they've got a range of really, really good prizes on there. So in addition to helping out your local club, i.e. us, please, you're in the pool for a good prize too.
Fletch continues. Well bowled, defended, fielded, and a dot ball.
We found out who the new batter's yet?
Yeah, the new batsman is Josh Agar. Scored 96 runs so far this season. An average of 10.67.
So usually opening the bat in the ones?
Yeah, he does. Yeah. And batting with Lucas Agar at the moment, so the Agar boys in together. Fletch bowl short, he's hooked it. It's gone high, there's no one there.
Oh, he's done well, Benny Salmon. He's nearly got there in the end.
Ben Salmon at fine leg came hustling in, but it was a bit too much for him. He didn't get there. Single.
You might mistake that siren. It was actually Nick Thurgood yelling out noodles. Well, things starting to happen down here at the home of cricket.
1 ball left to come in this block of 5. Another good one, folks. Ooh, well bowled. Just pushed into cover for a quick single. Well played. And that'll bring to a close the 15th over. 3 for 87.
Good set, Fletch.
87, Jeff. Or a
Well,
big chance for a wicket here.
Is this a shout out to someone in particular?
There are those around Australian cricket and indeed Oakley cricket who believe in the unlucky nature of the number 87. 13 from 100. Shout out Matty Norton. Let's hope it pulls through for us here. Let's take a Corfield wicket.
Is it an exception when you call it out? Because often I feel like we don't mention it, and it only happens when we don't mention it.
Well, hopefully it happens when you mention it too.
Yeah. Hopefully they've updated the scoreboard, doing all the right things.
Ryan Pearson with the change of ends to bowl from the cemetery end. This will be his third over, none for 18 off the first two. His first over, as he mentioned, really, they took to it. See what happens down this end. Bowl full, worked to the short man at mid-wicket. Bit of a fumble, but a top ball.
And he gets dragged. That's stiff salmon. Got to be clean, mate. Only 4 blokes out, all in front of square. We've got a deep cover, deep mid off, deep mid on, and deep mid wicket.
Shorter ball, pulled through mid-wicket. Looks like it'll just be a single. Mid-wicket's
Sammy
tearing in. They're going
Jones.
for 2. Well run. Comfortable 2 in the end.
And it's a long boundary out there, and they've got the man right on it, so if it's mishit or not straight to him, there's a 2 there every time. What do you reckon? Would you have him 10-15 in? It does look like he is actually about 10 in.
Yeah, I'd probably depend a little bit on how you're trying to bowl. If you're looking at banging into the wicket on a length, then yeah, you could probably bring him in 10 or 15. But if you're going to toss it up, it might be worth having him out.
That ball squirted through backward point between James Francis and Benny Salmon.
2 of our under 21s. Comes down the wicket, plays it nicely on the ground, fielded it mid-off, thrown in quickly, just a single. So less than 5 overs to go here, 3 for 92. Batsman will definitely be looking to get a move on here.
Yeah,
Should
I think we'll see some expansive shots coming in.
So I wonder if they'll move that 5th man out to the boundary somewhere here. Comes down.
Oh!
Half chance. Mid-on coming around. They'll get there for 2.
Is that short arm, do you reckon? Half a chance if he extended the arm?
Don't know if he picked it up. He didn't really go for it. Bowler.
Must have had a hard day, PSI.
Two to come. Shorter. It's not going to be caught. Oh, jeez, it was close. To beat the mid-on fieldsman who was running around. Might have actually been able to see that in your screen. But it's gone for 4. And that'll be the end of the over. Pretty good one for Caulfield. 11 from it. They're starting to get a move on here. Takes it to 3 for 99. 4 overs to go. So I think from here, Oakley will be hoping for something under 130. Caulfield hoping to push on a little bit above that.
Same field here for Matthew Grace. Just put out 3rd man as the 5th boundary rider. What do you think? Full and wide, outside off? Nope.
Stump to stump, looks like.
I don't know, if it's in stump to stump, I'd rather have a 3rd on the leg side, personally.
Yeah, I think full and wide outside the off is the go here with the field. That's the line of slow ball outside off, driven straight to cover, no run.
Fancies his slow ball as well, Matty Grace.
Yeah, a regular bowler of slow balls.
I think he's got a couple of them in his arsenal.
Another one there, chip.
Straight down the ground.
It's going to be safe. One bounce.
Oh, he's done well, Fletch. He's bloody quick across the ground, Fletch. He covers a lot of yardage when the ball's in the air or getting hit through to him.
It's long legs. Slow ball, full toss.
They'll look for two here. Hartford not quite quick enough.
They get two. Some good running from the batters here.
Yeah, they've really identified with the large square boundaries that there's a two in there most of the time.
Yeah, it's good batting, especially here at Warrawee. Now drop and run to point, that'll just be a single. But still a good over here. 5 of it so far.
Yeah, the more we keep the Caulfield boys away from in boundaries, the more they're going to take a risk to get one under the belt.
Well bowled again, that'll just be a single. He's hit it pretty well out to mid-on. That'll be the end of the over. So 6 from the over.
Yeah, you probably take that. And what was that? The 17th over, was it?
Yep. Three overs left in the innings.
So Brendan Grace to come back on.
Grace brothers.
Who have you got bowling the last two then?
Well, who have we got? I think Pearson has one left. Matt Grace has one left.
Fletch done?
Salmon would have... I think most of the bowlers are available. Fateh still got overs. Jim Francis hasn't bowled. He's got overs. But I would imagine that Matt Grace would be bowling one of them. Brendan Grace bowling this one. Maybe Salmon. Unless... Yeah, no, maybe Salmon. I wonder.
Yeah, well, he's got two.
Alright, new over here, same field. No, slight change. We've got a wide, fine leg about 10 metres off the boundary. Got the mid-wicket, mid-on, mid-off, and a cover sweeper. Probably going to bowl straight a line. That's just driven to mid-off, that'll just be one. So 17 balls to go, Jeff. Hopefully we get some fireworks. And for us, that means wickets.
Yeah, hopefully. Just a quick shout out to Connor Byrne. Please stop calling me, you prick. Well, that's in the air. That's not going to make it to a fielder.
To the gap. Fielder will come around, field it. An easy 2, the batsman.
Tell you what, Sammy Jones has done a fair bit of work out there today. He'll be coming off puffing, I think.
Got a lot of ground to cover out there. Field remains the same.
Coming around the wicket. Change the angles.
Oh, there's no one in that. There could be 2.
Bowls in, that.
Throw in. Ooh.
Well run.
Yep. Well run. There's no one on that left side. Fine leg on the boundary, mid-wicket on the boundary, and then a sort of wideish mid-on the ring, but that was hit tucked just behind square. So, cheeky 2. Still no boundaries though. Don't mind ones.
Sammy Jones could be in play. No, just short.
Doesn't carry. Single.
Caulfield's been about as fortunate as the Kansas City Chiefs with a couple of these high balls that have just landed safely. Neil Croft, a big Kansas City fan, very happy with the win yesterday. Shout out.
I was pretty happy with the Denver Nuggets win over the Celtics the other day.
Nuggets can get stuff.
One ball left in the over here. 7 off it so far. Oaks would love a dot or a wicket. Make some slight adjustments to the field. Fine leg is coming around more to a backward square leg. About 20 metres into
Interesting looking field, isn't it?
Oh, the batsman's tried the ramp, he's missed it, but so he's fooled the keeper. Salmon will try and stop it, he can't. That's going to be 4.
That's between his legs, isn't it? That's nuts,
I
dude.
think this is going to be 4 buys. Yes, it is.
Oh, Jimmy.
That's not ideal. It's pretty unlucky. Really difficult, those ones, as a keeper, because it's such an unnatural movement by the batsman. It can really throw you off, especially if you have never seen it before. Jimmy's not a regular keeper. But yeah, unfortunately, it's gone through him. 4 buys.
If someone could just rewind about 45 seconds and clip that and send it to me, that would be highly appreciated. I'm sure I'd love to see that one back.
Alright, 2 overs to go, Jeff. 116 is the score.
Yeah, Benny Salmon on for his 3rd over.
Which probably leaves Matt Grace to bowl last. Brendan Grace none for 20 from his 4.
Looks like they keep. Yeah, it looks like they keep the same field. So he's going to look to pitch up Yorker length balls, I think.
Yeah, genuine fine leg here on the boundary. Mid wicket, mid on, mid off, cover. In comes the big fish salmon. Full
Catch.
toss. Chance. Ooh. Well, look, 2 overs to go. We're probably at that point. Hit it and run.
That was sharp work from Jack Clark. Just couldn't quite get it on target. Would have been close if he did. Benny Salmon in again. Batsman makes room, but Benny follows him. To good effect. Not quite sure what the batsman's looking to do, giving himself room, because he was still looking to hit straight.
Yeah, I mean, straight's got to be the go. If you're looking for boundaries here. And actually, interesting, after that ball, so the mid-off has come up onto the ring. They've taken the short cover across to short mid-wicket, and they've put an extra man on the mid-wicket boundary.
That's saucy.
So we've got a bowler on his legs here.
Makes room again.
Ooh.
Straight to cover, but like you said, it's hit and run at the moment.
Reasonably comfortable single.
Done well so far, Salmon.
3 gone, 3 to come, 9 balls left in the innings. Full driven, straight to mid-off, and a dot ball. Well bowled Salmon, we love dots at this stage.
Probably got one more left.
2 to come.
2 to come.
Only 2 off the over so far though. Really good so far.
Very handy.
Wonder if the batsman's going to try something outlandish, Jeff.
They're dropping it off, and I think it's probably the right call. Just seeing as you know, they've had a good start to the over, only 2 off the 4 balls. You've got to consolidate, make sure we don't give that that boundary away. So they're bringing up fine leg and pushing back mid off. Oh, great Yorker.
Excellent bowling. Nothing the batsman could do there.
He's been good, Benny Salmon.
1 ball left in the over. A brilliant over so far for Oakley.
He's got to go to Yorker again, doesn't he?
Yes, I think so. I think so. Won't be caught. Comfortably fielded. Oh, misfield. Oh. Unfortunate. Just a misfield out in the boundaries allowed Corfield to come back for 2. But nonetheless, a really good over from Ben Salmon. Only 4 from it.
That's on you, mate. You put the moz on him by saying comfortably fielded.
Yeah. Commentator's curse.
Alright, on the last over we've got Matthew Grace on to finish up. Score is 3 for 119. Okay. So it's going to be about par. Both teams will think they're in the game after this, but obviously Caulfield's going to want to take as much out of this last over as they can, especially given that they've got plenty of wickets in the bank. Gracie's obviously a really good death bowler, lots of change-ups. He's bowling with a deep cover, mid-off, mid-on, and mid-wicket, and is that it?
It's a forward square leg, so you've got 3 out on the leg side on the boundary. Short fine. Oh. Wow.
The
peanut absolutely out from John O'Keefe.
The peanut gallery underneath the commentary box was convinced that was out.
There was definitely a noise.
Matty Grace wasn't too convinced.
No, he was not interested at all, but a dot ball. So a good result. Slapped over short mid wicket. Oh, it's just fallen short.
Great effort.
They'll come back for 2. Jeez, he just needed to hit that 1 metre more. That would have been out.
Diving effort from Jack Clark. I don't think he quite got there, but managed to stop it anyway.
4 balls to come.
2 off so far.
122 the score. Oh. He tried the ramp again, looking for 4 buys.
It's not a bad shout. They've got no one deep behind the wicket. They've got a 45, but he'll struggle to chase it down if he managed to get on that.
Dot ball though. 3 to come. Well bowled, Yorker. But he's done enough to chip it mid-on. Pearso's tearing in.
Well, you'd be tempted to just run that anyway. You got wickets in the bank. What's that? 2 balls to go.
Yep. 2 balls to go in the innings. Field remains the same. Some good bowling here though. Haven't been able to get any away. Bowled again, straight to point. Could be on for run out. No, Jim Francis decides to hold the ball.
Yeah, wisdom beyond his years. Young James Francis. No one backing up there. It would have gone to one of the sweepers at cow corner or deep mid on. So very smart no play there by Jimmy Francis.
Stay frosty, as Graham Vimpani used to say. Last ball, driven to mid off. Fielded now. They're going to come back.
Oh, Jim.
Oh, well done. Yeah, well done.
Jim decides to kick it to control the ball, and luckily he does. Great finish by the Oaks. I think, well, what they made 3 for 125, is it?
Yep.
Yeah, 3 for 125. Going from where Corfield were after 5 overs after that first stint, I think the Oakley boys will be very, very happy, and Gracie will be delighted with how his boys have responded and bowled to their fields. I think they were terrific in their execution. Caulfield, you'd like to think that they want to be in a better position considering where they were and how many wickets they had in hand. Didn't really use the batting lineup to its maximum, but they've still got the runs on the board at this stage, so it'll be an interesting chase.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think Oakley will be pretty happy with that. So chasing 126 to win, especially after the start. On paper, it's a chaseable score, but here at Warrawee, we've seen plenty of T20 games with the team batting first, making around this score and being able to defend it.
Must be 10 cameras on you.
Yeah, so it'll be a quick change over here. 126 for the Oaks to win. A doable but difficult chase, I would say. We'll have a change in commentary when we come back.
We're not going to talk through the break, half-time show.
Alright.
What's in store for the half-time show?
The big break.
Special segment. Actually, speaking of it, why don't we give a shout out to the podcast that's it's been running. It's kind of been once a month. I think it's supposed to be one every 3 games. We're running the podcast.
Yeah, running all this season. The Mighty Oaks podcast, the official podcast of Oakley Cricket Club. If you're watching the stream live here on YouTube, then very easy for you to find it. It's also on our YouTube channel. Look for the purple thumbnail with the gold writing. Mighty Oaks podcast, 4 episodes out. We'll have another episode out next week covering the recent games. Pretty good weekend for the Oaks a few days ago, this past weekend. 3 out of 4 wins on the Saturday. Just the 2s who couldn't get up.
Who have we got as the guest for that one? Is that me? Or the co-host, rather?
Trent.
Okay. Or does that mean we have a special guest?
Yes, we will have a special guest next week on the Mighty Oaks podcast. Someone
any hints, or is it tune in to find out?
Well, someone who's made a great contribution to the podcast and to the club over many years.
Very good. I'm looking forward to seeing that. I can't wait to get back on it. I think I was on the 2nd episode, and it was a lot of fun. Had my special segment. What is it? What's hot and what's not?
What's hot and what's not with Jeff Latham.
If you're on YouTube watching it, there's some shocking graphics on the entrance of my segment, so feel free to turn a blind eye to that. But bit of fun, just a bit of what's going good around the club and what's, in my humble opinion, going not so well. So potting a few blokes, bit of fun.
Yes, that will be returning. You can also find the Mighty Oaks podcast wherever you find good podcasts. Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Tune in and have a listen.
As we see the youngsters rolling out to the pitch to have a look, give their opinions on what's going on the deck. I'd love to get a mic out to them and have a pitch report. Surely we can arrange that for next time.
We did do a pitch report actually at the start of play. It's on the Oakley Cricket Club Instagram page.
Oh, I love that. What was the outcomes? Did you give par scores? Was it about 125?
Yes, I did the report. I thought par score was about 140.
Ooh.
So, given that, they're a little bit under par here, Corfield. Yes, the Oakley Cricket Club story, if you want to go see that, see the pitch up close.
You're pretty confident in your assessment of the pitch?
Well, yeah, look, I mean, it didn't look to be doing too much out there, which I didn't think it would. I don't think there's a lot of life in it, really. We've had a lot of cricket played on this ground over the past 2 weeks with the regular Saturday games and the Craig Shield. This wicket we're playing on today is a different one from what they played on Saturday, which is over on the left of screen. which played pretty well, but was just keeping a bit low. The odd ball keeping low. But this pitch, that innings, looked to be pretty good.
Looked to play pretty true. I think, well, from what I noticed, the change-ups seemed to work fairly well when Gracie and Benny Salmon used, rolled the finger over the ball. Not sure if it was holding up in the pitch or gripping a little bit, but seemed to be really effective, so might be the way to go.
Yeah, and I just think at the moment, I know we've said it a few times, but how lush the grass is, it's not so much how well the pitch is playing, but even if you hit a good shot, the value for your shots is not there.
Yeah.
Going to be a lot of running.
That really brings your field placements into play, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You've got to really defend the short boundaries, which are probably your straight boundaries, and be very careful with your placement of anyone that's square of the wicket. Given that they're the long boundaries, do you have them 10, 15, 20 metres in from the boundary to save the double, or do you have them back in case someone gets on the one? In case we see Jimmy Ben hoiking across the line and smashing cars in the car park.
Yeah, a couple of big hitters in the Oakley lineup.
Who do you fancy?
Well, yet to see the order, but I would imagine that your key batsman is Jack Clark, who's been in pretty good form this season. He's not necessarily a massive hitter, but he hits the ball cleanly, runs hard, good bat speed, plays shots all around the ground.
Yeah, good shout.
Ryan Pearson, Nathan Harford, Sam Jones. The top order bats in the ones that you'd be looking out for. And if you're Oakley, you'd be wanting one of those four to make a good score of 50 or 60 here to ensure the win.
Yeah, I agree. So what's your strategy if you're going into battle, or if you're the skipper? What's your tactics coming into the batting innings?
Not a chance. I've got my two relievers.
Okay, sorry. I'll introduce.
Time for a change in the commentary.
Yeah, we got a few youngsters coming in. Tommy Miles, welcome to the commentary booth, and Carlos Wakefield.
Thanks, Mr. Latham.
Straight off the field, straight into the commentary box.
Welcome, gents.
What are your thoughts on the bowling innings so far, Miles?
Well, we pegged them back really, really well after a pretty fast start from Corfield. I think the score's a bit below par, but that certainly doesn't mean it's going to be an easy chase. But very chaseable for the boys.
Alright, enjoy, lads.
Thank you.
Cheers, boys.
Just check group chat a sec. Alright, thank you, boys.
Rightio. So, can the Mighty Oaks do it, fellas? They failed to chase 134 against Brighton. They got close.
I reckon we can. I reckon we've got a decent fight lineup, bat down basically all the way to 10. So I think we've got enough in the bag. Let's just hope the boys can do it.
Yeah, we've got a bit of a different batting lineup with no Paddo in this week. So Pearso promotes himself to opener. I'll be opening with Nathan Harford. So these guys will look to make good inroads. They open in the first 11 for the club. Got a real good chemistry there ever since they first opened together, and Pearso got run out by Harford on the barbecue. But yeah, they'll be looking to make some serious inroads here.
Yeah, build a platform, attack those short, straight boundaries.
Be interesting.
Lots of runs out here.
Yeah, plenty of runs, shorter boundaries on the straight, so it'll be interesting to see if they look to exploit the straight boundaries like they did in the Caulfield innings early on, chasing 125.
And we're on the far right of the wicket, so anything towards the Oakley City side, it's a massive square boundary. If you're in the grandstand, you've got the best seat in the house because you're in the shade and you're nice and close.
Yeah, put another call out there. Barbecue's going, lots of a sea of purple and gold starting to assemble at the base of the grandstand. So if you guys are free on this lovely, beautiful Tuesday night, head down to the club. There's plenty going on. So we hope to see as many of you here as we start the Oakley batting innings. Playing a miss there from Harford. Carlos, you opened the batting for our third 11. In this sort of situation, what is your thought process? Where are you looking to score early on?
So obviously there's one down to our third man here. So I reckon to start with, still a couple of guides. Quick, you can drop and run. Covers quite deep. Just take ones and twos and put the bad ball away to start with. That should get us over the line.
Keeping low to start off with.
Yeah, 2 plays and misses, but
A couple have been keeping low. So when I was fielding, I fielded about 4 overs. Didn't go well, but a couple of them were staying low. Not much carrying the pitch. So interesting to see. It's definitely a front foot wicket.
Bit shorter there. Another flash from Harford. These two together have actually had quite a fruitful year with the bat. Nathan Harford scoring 227 runs at 28, including a 109 carrying his bat through the one-day innings just before Christmas. And Ryan Pearson scoring 191 runs at 19, including a 93, carrying his bat again. Good lead outside the off stump. Ollie Hayes opening the bowling for Caulfield here. Taking 17 wickets at 12 for the year. Best bowling of 4 for 12.
and he's filled his line straight away, not giving much for the batters to work with. It's just been all outside off. He's got wickets in each of his last 6 games.
That's why we have you up here, Miles. Tommy Miles, the statistician, the guru. If it's outside the field of view, they have third man and fine leg, or a long leg probably more accurately, back on the fence, and everyone else is on the ring, including a slip to start off with. Very similar field to what Oakley started with.
Ooh!
Nathan is edge shot. It's gone for 4.
Educated edge.
Third man wasn't interested.
Just past the diving slip though. It was probably went too fast. He was a bit late on the dive, but you could probably classify it as a very tough chance.
Yeah, very tough chance. You could see what Harford's trying to do, run it down to third man there for a single. Probably got the more skinny side of his bat. As a result, went very close to that first slip. Bit of a heart and mouth moment there for everyone.
Yeah.
But a big sigh of relief for Harvard. He's off the mark, and so are the mighty Oaks.
So that's 4 off the first over. New bowler charging in. Ryan Pearson, first ball, pulls straight to square leg.
Yep, Zed Fraser is the new bowler. He's got 10 wickets this season from 11 games. Average of 19.8, best bowling 2 for 8.
Slashing sort of cut shot from Pearso, runs down to the wide third man for a double. Good positive start here.
Yeah, none for 6 the score. Just trying to find his line to the left-hander. The first one was a bit straight, this one's a bit outside, but the outfield's pretty fast. There was a lot of ground to cover and it almost got to the road.
Swall balls.
Well dug out. Well cut off by the mid-off there. Now we talked a bit about how Carlos would attack this situation. I'll ask you the same question, Tommy Miles. Traditionally more a middle overs bowler, but if you were bowling with a nil ball here, what would be your plan of attack? What would be your set field? And run us through what you'd be going through in the time. As that ball's left there from Pearso. Bit
What's
wide,
it
very
wide?
late.
Wow.
Very, very, very late call. Almost Pearso encouraging him to stick his hands out there.
We're
Going back to it, what
We're
would
not
you...
I
quite.
think he's just signalled a free hit.
What?
Before, I think the last ball was a no ball.
That looked like a right signal though.
It'll be interesting to see what
I
happens here.
didn't see that. Oh, anyway.
Yeah, he's flashed at it.
Chipped over point, running down to third man.
Well, didn't run on the
For a
wrist.
double.
So what's that number for 9 now?
Believe
Both
so.
guys on 4.
Yeah, good positive start. Not the big flashy shots that Rummel was playing before, but you know both of these guys getting their eye and chipping the ball around, eating into this total. Oh, big swing there. His eyes lit up there. He's probably in his striking zone. Bit unlucky not to get any connection on that.
Yeah.
So it's a vacant area down there. Even if he doesn't time it as well, still going for a couple. So it's a fairly safe shot.
Well, I tell you what, boys, we're not the only ones confused. A no ball and a wide was single.
Oh gosh.
A quick single.
Quick single. Oh,
Yeah, well run, well run.
they ended up just throwing it to the man backing up at mid wicket, so they didn't try and.
Yeah,
quick single.
yeah. I thought I saw a free hit signal, but I didn't see him signal for a no ball, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, a bit of an interesting one there. Harford back on strike.
Well, just took
Just
him on.
dinked. Taking the man on. Would have been gone there if there was a direct hit. Harford backing himself there to get there in time.
Some good running here by the Oakley boys. Good positive start.
Yeah, they're putting the pressure on Corfield. So the scores at the moment, none for 12 off 2 overs once it refreshes. And yeah, just remember there's an asterisk over that whether it's a no ball or a wide or both.
Is it possible to even be both? I mean, you're the cricket man.
Well, it is play HQ.
Oh,
It's bowled in.
it's bowled in.
Top of off.
Wow, that was interesting.
He tried to glide it down to third man and might have just got a little inside edge and it's just clipped the top of off stump.
I think we're all a bit confused there because from my angle, it looked like he inside edge it just past the stumps, but no, I think he's played it inside.
We also had a new man's Jack Clark.
Yeah, Jack Clark coming out number 3, just played slightly inside of it and probably got a bit of jag back off the pitch and just clipped the top of off stump.
Yeah, so it's 1 for 12 Oakley. Harford on his way for 5 off 8 balls.
Jack Clark, the new man to the crease, promoted to number 3 with no Pattinson in the team. Really impressive last round, in round 2, and the top order had a bit of a collapse and he was there towards the end, sort of helping build that score out, a nice 35 or 45 in tough conditions. For the year though, he's made 237 runs at 23, with a vital, has had 2 or 3 real vital innings, nearly getting us over the line, including that last 2020 as I just mentioned. Be interesting to see what the strategy is here, if he'll continue to go at the pace that Harford was, or if he looked to noodle the ball around for a little bit.
They've brought back the slip, mid-wicket's coming up a bit closer, but that's just the similar ring field in front of the wicket with third man and long leg out. Mid on just in front of us, taking a couple steps back, cover coming in.
I reckon he'll look to take him on the ground here, Jack. Well played. Got the foot forward, ran it down to third man pretty expertly and comfortably.
Yep, 1 for 13. Smart batting. Not doing anything too silly, they're just trying to find the gaps and build a platform, and yet left and right handed combination. We all know how much of a head scratcher that is for even the best bowlers in the world. Hayes' first delivery to the left-handed Pearson.
It's well capped out.
Yeah, blocked straight to short cover there. Tell you what, boys, it is cooking in this room, isn't it?
Yeah, it's boiling.
We are in a sauna.
The commentary team is struggling tonight, but we still bring you as good quality content as we can.
All for the love of cricket.
Nice pull shot there, just a bit back of a length at the body. Bit of a bottom edge there, but he got it wide enough of that man down at fine leg to come back for a second.
Yeah, well placed. So it's 1 for 15 now.
It's been a decent start so far. No real big sort of blazing shots that lead to boundaries yet.
No.
I think the most important thing will be for looking to score boundaries. I mean, previous Corfield innings only scored the 6-4s and the 1-6, and most of them was off Rimmel pretty early on. So I think we'll start trying to push the ball around a little bit, and they'll look to attack straight once they get their eye in a bit more.
Another single down to backward square for 1 to Pearson. This is smart batting though. Like, the boundaries are hard to come by at this ground, but as we know in limited overs cricket, the key is facing as few dot balls as possible, rotating those runs, and they're just working it away well behind square. Right-handed Clark on strike, solid to short cover, no run.
Call it textbook. Very, very long stride out of the crease, pad next to ball.
Yeah.
Kids, you want to know textbook front foot defence? There it is right there.
They even got a place for it in T20 cricket. So that's the end of the over, 1 for 16. Oakley, they need 109 off
17 now.
Yes, so what's that quick math, 172 is it? Or no? I don't know.
No.
120 take 18.
That'd be 102,
bad.
mate. That'd
Yeah.
be 102 balls remaining.
90, no, not. Oh yeah, 102 balls. Thanks, Matt.
He's really had to think about that one.
We got a new
Shocking.
bowler. Let's change the subject. New bowler,
new
fellas.
bowler in.
A. Ostili. Got a pretty good best bowling, 4 for 19.
Yeah, it's taken 8 wickets to 17 this year. Wide ball, big flashing shot from Pearson, but no contact there.
Looked like a slower ball. Looks like he's just ran his fingers down the side of it.
Right.
That 4 for 19 was in his very first game of the season against Port Melbourne. Since then, he's either taken 1 wicket or no wickets, but he hasn't been too expensive.
Great shot.
Right in the hitting zone of Pearson. Straight on his pads, but as is so typical with the ground here at Warrawee, middle ball that landed probably 10 metres from the rope was stopped within about 3 metres with the lush grass that we've got here at the moment.
Yeah, just plugged. Got to work hard for your runs. On many grounds that could be 4 or even 6, but it's only 3 today. But a good sign of intent.
Yeah, it was a beautiful shot. A bit too straight there from Osterley, but nicely lifted over mid-wicket by Ryan Pearson. Potentially a fielding change here. No, keeping the field exactly the same.
We got long on
Stays
down
out.
in front of us.
Yep.
And also that third man still on the rope.
Well played by Jack Clark again. Solid.
Ready, fields, come on, lads!
1 for 19 now. So we got Pearson going over on the ball and Clark getting his eye in. 1 off 2s. Facing Ostili again. Full.
Nice.
defending
That's a
to
great
that.
shot.
Smart batting. Just knocks it for 1 down to long on.
Textbook 2-day cricket there from Jack Clark.
So all you need to do in this situation, score ones, and then you go big at the end. That's all they need to do. Keep rotating the strike.
Big shout for LB there. Probably pitched outside leg stump. The disadvantage of a right arm coming over the wicket to a lefty is that you find it really hard to sort of push it across to to outside of the leg stump and then have it come back enough that it's going to hit the stump still. So, a bit fortunate there for Ryan.
Pulled away.
Ooh, got over
He's
that.
got hold of that one.
It's a massive boundary out there though. Can it get there? Oh, I think it might have.
It's
Yeah,
just got there.
There we go.
Great shot, well timed.
Very well timed and almost nearly didn't make it. It probably only rolled about 2 metres over the road.
Got all of it. It was just race height, rocked back and slapped it probably just forward of square leg, and it trickled away to the boundary. So that's a good boost for Oakley. Second boundary of the innings, 1 for 24, 4 overs, going at a runner ball.
Yeah,
So
really.
they're keeping the required run rate in check. This is just the positive start that they were looking for without taking too many risks.
While we're waiting for the new bowler to set up, we'll highlight Toyota Good for Cricket raffle. It's back at the club this year. Purchase your ticket for $5 and be in the chance to win lots of prizes, including 3 brand new cars, training sessions with Australian cricket players, and more. All proceeds from the tickets come back to the club, and it's a great way to support us. So if you were interested in buying any of those tickets, visit the link in our bio and our social pages to get taken to our page.
Fraser bowls, drive, points just misfielded.
Yeah.
And it's enough to get back for a crick too. That is very good running from Jack Clark. He only just got there before the keeper ripped the bails off. He opened the face, hit it hard, and very positive cricket from Oakley, 1 for 26.
Jack Clark is supremely quick in between the wickets, so there was no doubt he was always going to try and come back for that one. Really good show of positive intent from Clarkie
Well,
once he sorts himself out.
we're not moving too much behind the bowler's arm here, are we? No tape behind the sight screen, like at the SCG.
Well kept side game by Jack. He's been looking pretty solid.
Yeah, he has. That was I'm sorry, I'm touched on this now. That was a bit ridiculous from Steve Smith. To be fair,
Yes.
that ball of tape would have been impossible to pick out from that far.
I think that because they've widened the sight screens, it's actually easy to pick out little things like that. Oh, it's good. Oh.
Fair enough. Just on the hip, tucked away, nearly beat backwards square. Just a nice diving effort from the Corfield fieldsman.
But you're right, it's pretty pathetic when in England we've still got people sitting in the sight screens.
Yeah.
But anyway, on to the matter here. So Oakley have got the required runs under 100 in double figures. It's a big psychological milestone. Oh, good
Very
run.
good run.
Just noodled onto the leg side there by Jack. And graciously cheered by the Oakley cheer squad. You can hear them all the way from... I'm not sure if it's getting picked up on camera, but we certainly can hear them over here, clapping every run through.
Yeah, good passionate hall of supporters down there in their yellow shirts. Will they push the boys over the line? Fraser now to the left-handed Pearson, who goes over the top again, targets the long-on boundary, and this time it goes over the rope. Classic positive batting, right out the middle, 4 runs, thank you very much. 1 for 31.
That was a great shot there by Ryan. Just probably a little bit too straight there from Fraser, and paid the price as a result with a beautiful lofted shot over mid-on. Looking to bounce back this ball.
Oh,
Well,
good
well,
comeback, right in the block hole, but it's somehow snuck through.
Left side are going to double up, yeah.
Very well run. Took the first one a bit casually, thinking he probably didn't get back. But just as the awkwardness of the way the ball sort of shot out was that they were able to scamper back for 2 before any of the deep fieldsmen on the far side of the ground were able to get there.
Yeah, but it was a pretty good comeback ball after getting hit over the mid-on boundary for 4. He really fired it in at like a sanctuary crusher and just got a bit of bat to it to sneak between the stumps, and the keeper couldn't quite get down, but it was still well run for 2. Yeah, 1 for 31 now after 5 overs, so 94 from 15, so 94 from 90 balls. It's very manageable. He looks like we've got spin for the first time.
So obviously ended up power play, so Corfield allowed to have more men out. So they've got like a cow corner, maybe 20 metres off the boundary. Long on, long off, and cover maybe 10 metres off as well.
Yeah, deep cover out. And we've got
Deploying.
3 going.
So as I was saying, deploying spin into the attack now. Caulfield looking to change it up. Jack Clark, great player of spin, so this will be interesting to see how this goes.
Smear hack the bowler, leggy and left alone. So he's got 14 wickets, solid average of 16.79, best bowling and 4 for 29. Very much a bowler, he's hardly had a hit by the looks of it. Unfortunately, the batting comes up first.
Oh, nearly beat the fielder there at backward point and got a hand on it. Well done there. Yeah, Jack's looking like he's setting himself up to be that anchor for the innings. He knows that someone will have to go super deep into this run chase, and he looks like he's the bloke that's sort of taken it upon himself to be there as the anchor, while the others at the other end take that more aggressive approach. Just as he punches that one out to the sweeping cover point.
Yeah, and he's found the gap because he's got the 3 men in a bit of a line in the ring now. The man that... Oh, hold on, where's he going? He's just gone out.
Square, it looks like.
Deep backward square.
Deep
Backward
square.
square. We've got a man at about deep mid-wicket as well, long on.
Cover's gone out as well.
Yeah.
And a
long
very,
off as well,
very straight long off.
We've got the man who was positioned in the ring at mid-wicket just coming around to a 45. So...
Plenty of runs everywhere here for
Yeah,
Pearson.
and Pearson's looked aggressive. How he will take on the spinner.
He's come down the track, played it well.
He likes to sweep the ball a lot for spinners. His strongest shot against the spinners is the sweep shot, so it'll be interesting to see if those two men sort of detract him. And as I say that...
What's that come off? Does that come off the pad? Or, yeah, just the pad. There was an appeal for caught behind. Keeper did well to get around to it, but the umpire pretty swiftly gave a nod out. The bowler wasn't too interested anyway, but there's that streak right on cue, and they've got the 2 men out deployed to protect that shot. Good battle here, maybe.
Comes down the wicket, just punches it straight down to that long off there. Nice easy single.
Yeah, 1 for 35 now, Oakley.
Eating nicely into this run chase. Very interesting to sort of see how the later parts go with a couple more batsmen. And
That's over already, wow.
Yeah, quick over from the spinner. Maybe did you just miscount one, Tommy?
Maybe it's obviously still refreshing, but I thought still had a ball to come. But anyway,
Yeah, still got
back to pace.
Yeah, still plenty of batting to come. We've still got Brendan Grace, obviously the marquee player, Sammy Jones, premiership player in the ones on multiple occasions. Got Matt Grace, the captain, coming in at number 6 if all goes to plan. Jimmy Francis still at number 7, and then Jimmy Benn, the wicketkeeper, at 8. So they are essentially all top 6 batsmen for their respective clubs and respective grades. So yeah, the batting's really deep. So it'll be interesting to see how long it takes before one of these two really put the foot to the throat and try and get this run chase as quick as possible.
Yeah, deep batting lineup, and they've got a good platform here. Clark on strike. Oh, he's thrown the bat out to square leg, but more importantly, he's scooped it over the cover field for run. That was all going on there.
Tell you what, Tommy Miles, this is exactly why we wanted you in the commentary box. There was going to be plenty of excitement when you were up here.
Oh, it was all happening here at the OCC.
It definitely is. Pearso has chucked his bat further than I can normally hit the ball.
That's a sign of a batter that can hit a powerful ball. Brendan McCullum and Gilchrist threw their bats on regular occasions.
Surprised he didn't call for a fresh set of gloves after that one.
Yeah, well, it's hot and sticky in the commentary box, and it'll be hot and sticky out there. There's not much respite for the players. There's a bit of cloud, but they're all in the sun, and it's humid.
Always walked down. Just missed it.
So much for being the anchor, as I said. Yeah, look, it was kind of expected with how deep the batting lineup goes that one of these blokes will look to try and be more aggressive and start trying to put the foot to the floor
Yeah, seems like it's a definite shift of gear here. They're targeting Oakleigh in his second over. He's gone for 9 off his 7 balls so far. Another
It's a
big
great
shot over cover. It's pierced the middle of the fielders and it's run away for 4.
It's a great shot by Jack Clark.
That is a very nice shot. He's picked that gap in between the cover point and mid off and just absolutely launched the ball straight over that. Couple of bounces, run all the way for 4. We talked about the importance of boundaries, and these two are really aiming to sort of put that boundary counter up as high as possible in this chase.
It was full and just right enough to him to free his arms, and there's plenty of acreage in that side of the ground, and he smoked it. So it's 1 for 36, or that 1 for 40 now. Good partnership building.
Well bowled.
Good follow-up ball.
Just dropped his leg back a little bit, saw Jack Clark advancing.
And he blocked it to the only man in front of square on the leg side that is up.
Yep.
He's
Again, sounds like me when I'm batting.
Oh, and there he's hit it straight to him and it's caught. Sharp catch. And Corfield strike at a key time. That is Clark out for 10 of 15 balls, and it's 2 for 40. And it's game on here at Oakley.
Yeah, it was, as we talked about, we were looking to sort of accelerate the scoring rate. And you like that leg side sort of lineup with only the one bloke fielding on the ring on that side, on that leg side. Just unfortunate that he's picked him out there in the process of trying to probably hit over the top of him and target that, which is probably the shortest boundary over to the far side of the ground from the camera angles you've got at the moment. But with him out, it should mean that Brendan Grace will be strolling out to the middle here. Yeah, it appears
Does look like it.
Does appeal in the maroon helmet.
Marquee player on the score sheet. Woohoo.
Yeah, he's the so basically everyone's allowed marquee player, and Brendan Grace is that player for us this year, scoring 134 at 15 for Fitzroy Doncaster in their twos. He's also taken 6 wickets at 20, so welcome addition here, and we'll see probably the bit of the higher class of cricket here played. We'll see how he goes out in the middle. Played all right for his his dozen or so in the first game, and probably look to build on that form next time in this game here.
Yeah, coming in at 4 after walking at 3 in the last game. He's got starts in pretty much all his innings so far this season, I should say.
Yeah.
So we got third man dropping back, cover hovering about 3/4 out.
Yeah.
Long off still in place, and we got a deep mid wicket and a long on and fine legs up. It's a similar field really, because we've still got the man at mid wicket, the only all on his own in front of the ring. Just assessing the field here.
Important to note though, he has in the Premier T20s, he has actually made a fair few runs. He's got a 46 to his name and a couple of 20s.
First ball defended out to cover, no one, so 2 for 40 off 7 overs. Oakley needs 85 more to win this important game of cricket. Got Hack coming again to bowl spin. He was pretty economical and tidy for his first over, only conceding 2. Didn't give away much. Caulfield have come back since the change of ends, bowling from the graveyard end, and they've kept it pretty tight. Just the one boundary over cover. They've got the important breakthrough. On the worm, though, we might be praising Oakley's positive start, but at the moment they are behind on the worm. Caulfield got a stronger start, or faster start. Now we've got Hack bowling to the left-hander. Dead down the wicket. Oh, just got away for a bit of inside edge onto the pad, and very lucky, because if that snuck through, he was in trouble with the stumping.
Yeah, positive sign, or the intent there from Pearso to sort of go over that mid-wicket gap. He's picked it, and there we go with the sweep again, walking across his stumps. Probably just a slight bit of glove, I'm guessing. Let's see leg all leg of buys. That was interesting. I thought that might have come off the glove there a little bit.
Yeah.
Gotta love it when a batter walks out in a traditional cap. It's always a gorgeous sight, no matter what era or what format.
Yeah, I was rocking that for a bit a couple of years ago. I like it with when you don't have the grill in your face and just feels a bit more free. Brendan
It's a
Gray
great
punches it
shot
down the
on
ground.
Down to long off for 1. 2 for 42. Got Pearson back on strike, 23 off 20. Scored more than half the runs of the innings so far.
Oh, he's down and he's edged it to short third. Scampered through for a single. Good positive inside now.
Yeah, interesting phase of the game here. Hack's making things happen. And they're slowly putting a bit of pressure on Oakley. New man at the crease. And again, knocks it down to long off for us. The third single in the over. 2 for 43.
Really important that they keep pushing the run rate here because, as we know, if there's no real chance of boundaries towards the ends of the innings, they'll look to have to keep scoring constantly now.
Oh, Pearson's got big! Mid-wicket's coming around. Oh, it's over his head, and I think that's 6. It is. He's got just enough of it. And has that brought the 50 up in some style? It's the end of Hack's over, and it's ruined his figures.
Well, I'll tell you what it's also ruined. It's ruined potentially someone's car in the car park. That's how far it's gone back.
It's red in the car park.
That was a lovely shot there, down on one knee. I think it was one ball in the over left, Tommy, just to put on that point.
You sure? There's changing bowlers.
Changing bowls?
Yeah, change the ball up.
It's brought the milestone up, 50 up for Oakley, so that means they only need 75 from the next 12 overs.
I tell you what, that looks very... I told you he likes the sweeps, and that was down on one knee, slog sweeping that ball as far as he possibly could, and he needed to, because that boundary from the middle is probably a good 65, 70 metres. That was a really impressive shot there from the first 11 skipper.
And he just got enough off it because the man was right on the rope and it just got over his head.
It was a fair,
on one knee.
it was a fair jump for
it was
from
good
the
effort.
fielder out there.
Great effort.
Made the 6 look good though.
Yes, good cricket here at Oakleigh. Looks like we've got a new bowler coming in, right arm over the wicket and left alone outside off. The umpire's thinking about a ride, but he's going to let it go, and Grace is eventually going to... Well, he's got not much choice, but it looks like he was thinking a little maybe, but anyway, it's an important dot ball for Corfield.
Nice cool breeze coming through at the moment. Starting to get much more comfortable. Shot there by Brendan Grace, well dug out. Pushes it out to the sweeper out at cover for a single.
Brings Pearce on strike. He's now 30 off 24, rollicking along. The backbone of the innings so far.
Yeah, I think Pearso's the one that's going to have to go deep here. If these guys want to chase down this score, it's going to have to be Ryan that takes us really deep here.
New bowlers Asher Balski. Apologies for the pronunciation. Oh, struck on the pad, but no appeal.
Probably pitched outside leg.
Yeah. Bears got 12 wickets this summer. Best bowling of 3 for 4. That's a pretty impressive figures. Where was that against? That was at the very start of the season against Donvale in the 2-dayer. In the T20, he's coming off 2 for 19.
Well dug out again, pushed out to that sweeper out at cover. Alright, Carlos, put yourself into the place of Ryan Pearson right now. What's going through your mind? What's your scoring zones?
So obviously left-hander, so probably to the seamers, straight on the ground, or depending short or wide, then obviously you adjust. But then to the spinners, slog sweep, always on, or a generic sweep.
Good drive from
He
Grace
seems to be
down the
target-
ground to long off for 1.
He seems to be targeting the leg side quite a bit by stepping across. I've seen that on multiple occasions. And yeah, he's doing quite well. Keep rotating the strike and the boys will get there.
It's just eyeing up the backward square boundary on the leg side. Is he going to target that? All down leg side, is there a little tickle? No, it's a ride.
Wide.
It's handy for Oakley.
Yeah, it looks pretty wide from up here.
And now can they make use of the extra ball? That would have been the end of the over, so a frustrating extra there for Balowski. 2 for 53 the score now.
Well, dug in Yorker again there, just pushed down to mid-off. And that takes us to the end of the 9th over. 9 overs in. Oakley are 2 for 53. Ryan Pearson 31 off 26, and Brendan Grace 4 off 5. We'll bring it back to another shout out for our iPod Shuffle Night coming up on the 3rd of February. Our $25 entry gives you your song, food for the night, and your first drink. I don't know about you boys, but I feel like that is an absolute steal.
Oh, that would be a fun night. Oh shit!
He's fallen off his chair.
Don't give me a drink on iPod Shuffle Night because I'm sober and I'm already falling off the chairs.
He's fallen off his chair. Absolute scenes in the comment box. There will be, going back to the iPod Shuffle Night, there will be plenty of fun activities and prizes to be won. Subject to a full playlist, I believe we've already had a dozen songs snapped up. So get in early to secure your song. DM the Oakley Cricket Club on either Facebook or Instagram to get your song sorted as soon as possible. Be great to see as many people there for the first sort of major fundraiser for the year as well.
A lot of singing and dancing.
Yeah,
I know what Carlos's song will be. Now we got off spinner replacing the leg spinner. First ball's knocked back to him. He's operating around the wicket to the left-handed Pearson. And we've got a similar field. Carlos is laughing time after time here, and Pearson goes for the sweep on one knee, and it's down to the boundary for 4. Well played.
Great shot there by Pearson. Down on one knee. Played it just behind square, which is perfect.
As I said previously, he was eyeing up that boundary, and he's swept it gorgeously. The off spinner just got it a bit too straight and right unorthodox. Now it's forward, he's picked out cover, and that's a
nice
smart
shot.
single, 2 for 56.
Jeff Latham and Miles Fabris heading back to the commentary box.
G'day.
Gentlemen, how are we?
Good. Good spike from Pearson, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it is at the moment. Hopefully, I don't know if you blokes saw the stream, no one's fallen off their chair in the next sort of 10 overs, if they're not looking at anyone in particular.
Oh, hit the pad, he's gone back, big shout for OW, but not out, probably a bit too high, I reckon, there.
Is it because he gets too excited?
It is electric in his chest, and he is absolutely taking a tumble. We got so excited about iPod Shuffle Night, he fell on his chair.
I was already planning my dance moves and just got a bit too carried away as the off spinners also had a fumble coming up to the crease there.
I don't think we can get Tommy Miles out of here. He's in his element now. Bowls next one. Brendan Grace just trying to dab that one sort of down to third man. Just missed it, unfortunately. What have your thoughts been on the batting performance so far, Miles?
We're going well, aren't we? Just keeping the run rate in check. Hitting the gaps.
Oh, second play, miss of the over. Good finish there by Agar. Of course he's an off spinner with a name like that. Searching for his first wicket of the season and almost had it. So there we go, 2 for 60. The Oaks going to exactly run a ball, and they'll need slightly more than that. Need 65 off the last 10 overs, but they've got wickets in hand to get there.
Too easy. So we'll leave you guys in the capable hands of Miles and Jeff now. Good luck, boys. Enjoy calling these last sort of 10 overs. It looks to be a super tight performance.
Great effort, fellas.
Enjoy a burger, fellas.
Yeah, the Butts putting on a great spread again on the barbecue. Unfortunately, spilt half of my sausage down the front. Oh, Pearso, wild swing outside off, trying to go across the line.
Can you get the stream up on your phone, please? All right, back we are. Jeff and Miles with you here in the 11th over.
Taking you home.
Played into mid-wicket. Pearson, no run. Delicately poised here. Oaks in a good position for sure. If they can continue. Pearso batting extremely well out here.
Oh, down the wicket.
Straight down the ground. That'll just be a single.
2 for 61. He's 38 off 33 balls. Taking a lot of pressure off the other batsmen.
Striking them nicely. That's 6 before square of the wicket.
Big part of the ground.
Delicious hit.
Get him out. Get him out.
No wide.
Took his leg on the way through.
Brendan Grace bewildered. No wide was called. Here he is. Chunked off the pad. It'll just be a cheeky singles. The keeper runs around to field it.
Yeah, I think you're reaching a bit if you're bowling right arm over. I can't imagine getting much swing at this point in the match. And the ball going to 45. It's going to be doing a lot to get RBW from there.
Here comes Borolski, the bowler. It's full. Pearson's driving down the ground. Flat. Fielded. Just a single.
Tell you what, I think Pearso wound up from last week, that ball. He was going well before that was ball.
And batting in the floppy too. No good. Well, baggy.
The floppy? I was going to say.
The baggy.
It's a weird looking floppy, mate.
A shout out to our international viewers, Jeff.
John Keogh.
Brilliant.
2019-20 season.
Great to have you tuning in, and hopefully some others. And the Georgians over there in Manchester. A club that we have gladly accepted many players from and sent many of our own. A great relationship we have with the Georgians over there. So shout out to the whole club.
You just had Carlos Wakefield from the Georgians on the commentary before us.
Pearson comes down, just sort of chunks a full toss to mid-on for a single. It's nicely controlled here by the Oaks so far. Big shot's going to fall short. Just be a single.
Just the wedge into the gap, nicely.
They do have a strange mid-wicket out there, sort of probably 20-25 metres in from the boundary, but outside the circle.
I don't mind that spot. It's saving the two. We didn't have someone as far in.
Cut in the gap for a single.
We didn't have someone as far in over that fat side of the wicket. And they're probably saving the two there. You're risking the ball going over your head, of course, but...
That is the longer side to left of screen as well.
I think it's...
Well, that's a wide.
Oh!
That's surely a wide. That's extraordinary. That is extraordinary.
Judas.
What? How? Oh, okay. Dot ball, I suppose.
Screwed.
Chipped into a gap. That'll be just another comfortable single. Some good milking here from the Oaks.
That was shocking.
Oh. Have a look at the field. We have mid-on, mid-off cover. And deep backward square leg. A little bit in, and that mid-wicket we discussed. Bowled him.
That's a big one.
Pearson's just tried to, again, chip it into the leg side there, and he's just missed it. It's bowled.
41 off 37 for Pearce. So good innings for the Oaks.
Pretty good innings, but a bad time to get out.
Yes.
And we'll bring a new batsman in. Looks like it'll be Sam Jones, who is striding out as we speak.
Former Fitzroy Doncaster. Do you reckon these two played together a bit?
It's certainly possible.
Thanks. Yeah, every chance. I think Sammy being the captain of the twos at Fitzroy Doncaster for a while, I think Brendan did play under him a little bit. So hopefully they can combine pretty well, know each other's game pretty well, and keep us moving.
Good battle this, the incoming batsman, Sam Jones, but that was the end of the over.
Pace coming on. Sam Jones very good against pace.
He will not be on strike. 3 for 67 after 12 here. Oaks need to keep going.
Good
Good shot. That'll be a single. Fielded at the bottom of his screen for a single.
So what are you doing at this stage, Miles? Where, what are we, 11, 12 overs in, 3 for 67, chasing 125, 126 rather. How are you going about this, the second half of the innings?
Yeah, well, you're looking to take it deep. The run rate's not out of control. You probably need around about 7 now. Field spread, I think you're just looking to hit ones, hit the sweepers. Continues trying to score about 5, 6 and over for the next couple. Hitting the bad balls if they come along. Great, great running.
Yeah, I think you've got to do that at this stage. Even though he's in a good 20 metres or so, if it's not directly to him, you've got to take him on, put pressure on the fielder.
Exactly. And the throw was wayward as soon as that pressure was put on. So, good running. 2 to Jones. He's off the mark. Borolski continues. It's full. Driven in a gap.
Oh, number 2.
Just
I
been
wasn't
one.
interested this time. Just done well to get that away, almost Yorker length.
Yeah, pretty well bowled, but well played too. Just putting in that gap. There's plenty of gaps in the ring. Singles more than enough for the Oaks at the moment. Got the fine leg up, mid on, mid off, mid wicket, and cover on the fence. Off the hip, 1 leg by. It all counts.
He would have liked to squeeze that away past that man that had just come up into the ring in fine leg.
So the right-hander, third man, cover, mid on, mid off, mid wicket on the fence. Played off the back foot, down to that third man for a single. It's good over so far here.
Yeah, 6 off the over so far. Boys will be happy with that. Yeah, finally up again. You got to think that's, if anything's slightly too straight, and he has been bowling quite straight, he might be able to slip one past. Oh, let's hit
Straight back
hard.
down the ground. It's not going to be 4.
They sneak 2, so that's 8 off the over. That's good over for the Oaks.
Very good over. That's perfect. No real risk in that over. 8 runs. If we can keep that up for, well, the rest of the game, we'll be winning, won't we?
Well summed up, Warren. Yeah, got one of the slow ballers back on now, I think.
Three for 74 off 13. 2 more overs at this end to come. This end for the right-hander has a slightly shorter boundary on the leg side.
Yeah, well run. Outside edge to the man at gully line. And you're probably running to everyone that's in the ring.
Grace back on strike, the left-hander. A very wide, very square, fine leg, mid-wicket, mid-on, mid-off cover. Short. It's played nicely into the gap down to mid-off. That'll be 1 extra run. Josh Agar, the bowler here, in for his third. Can't get it through the field. Dot ball.
Yeah, there's big gaps through the offside, so Sammy will be disappointed he couldn't find the gap, hit the sweeper.
Nicely played by Sam.
And that's what he's done there, he's corrected well.
Yep, beautiful batting. Agar to Grace. Slower ball, looped it up, tried to entice him, but he's just smartly dabbed it to gully line for a single.
Yeah, adjusted well. Handy little over again, 4 off just for the moment. 1 ball to go.
Tossed up, he's driving through the gap, another single. It's good smart batting here, just taking the runs on offer.
Hitting the sweepers is the name of the game at the moment. Get through this 5 over patch with 6 and over, and really accelerate towards the end with wickets in hand. That'll be the name of the game.
So 5 off there, 14 overs gone, 3 for 80. Oak's in a good position. There'll be 1 more over from this, the frog box end.
The famous frog box end.
Yeah.
So I think we'll see Sam and Brendan keep consolidating.
Leg spinner back on. Nice shot backward point. Just the single.
Where do you see the boundary coming from, Milo?
Well, straight. Straight is where you're usually targeting here. But for the moment, field spread, these 1s and 2s are perfect for us. Taking the game deep, testing their bowling depth. Field here just being adjusted slightly. We've got a sort of backward square leg on the boundary, a forward square leg. That's where that ball's gone. Fielded by that man out in the deep for a single. Got a mid on, and I assume there's a mid off here. Can't actually see him. Yes, there is.
Yeah, nice shot, Sammy. 2 there. Probably not.
Thought about it.
Field's done well.
Both batsmen playing the spin well. Just in a holding pattern here with ones, but that's fine for Oakley. Comes down wicket. Oh, unlucky. He's hit the stumps at the non-striker's end.
Bowler mustn't have got a hand on it there because Sammy was well down the track there, I think.
Yeah, it's cost us a few there.
Yeah, do you say that would have been at least 2 runs? Would have been handy.
Big gap at mid-wicket, actually.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a hoik across the line. Oh, there he goes. Or
Pushing the one. Well done.
don't want to sneak one there out of one that's obviously not gone the way he intended. But yeah, I was eyeing out that cow corner gap as well. Looks juicy.
Yeah, they have a short mid-wicket just on the point of the square, and then behind him, fair bit of space.
Nah.
Sent back.
Get through. Oh,
Oh, yes. Overthrows. Beauty.
that always helps.
It's good pressure being put on the fieldsman there. A few yes-no calls.
So 5 off the over in the end. You do want to be getting one a ball. But you can afford 1 dot here and there. So coming into this last 5 overs, we're looking at, what are we looking at?
41 to win.
41 off the 5 overs. So we're going to see these 2 guys start to accelerate here and target those boundaries. Be interesting to see how Corfield adjust their field to defend that. Don't know, Oakley's going to have to throw their arm at a few.
So 41 off 30. Alright.
Definitely some firepower left. I know we got Jimmy Ben yet to come in.
Matt Grace still to come.
Matty Grace, yeah.
Alright, here we go.
Oh, straight to
Nice
the
shot.
fielder.
Can't beat the field.
Bit of a looser from the bowler. He's probably got away with one there.
Sorry, I'm still not sure about that.
Well, we've got a third commentator in the box.
Great contributor.
Aaron Ostili to continue for Caulfield. It's full driven down the ground. Doesn't beat mid off, but they'll get a single anyway. 40 off 28.
Alright, where are our sweepers? We got third man, deep cover, long off, long on, and sort of almost square leg. Deep mid wicket, square leg. Going across the line, hit that well.
There's a gap there.
By the noise of the crowd, that's gone for 6. Umpire waiting,
Yes,
he
there
gets
it
the
is.
signal.
That's a 6.
Here we go.
Fantastic shot. That's very helpful.
He hit that nicely, didn't he?
Yeah, he's placed that really well as well. Sort of crossed the boundary at a very backward square leg when they only had a forward square leg and a short fine. So great placement.
Walked across his stumps to do so, but he's opened up the vacant part of the field. Smart batting.
Down the ground. Won't be caught. Straight to the man. Just a single.
Alright, what's the equation now? 30 and a bit.
33 to win.
Thanks, mate. Glad you're on it.
Flicked off the legs. There is a short fine. It's gone straight to him. So that'll just be a single as well. Shaping up as a good over.
So 32 off 25, I think. Shout out to Neil Croft giving us the equation.
Among other things.
The ever so positive Neil Croft, really appreciating his input. Oh.
Yeah, there'll still be one that's gone to the short fine, but still one.
Yeah, that was that same ball he hoiked for 6, so was looking to repeat that, didn't quite get onto it.
10 off the over. A good one for the Oaks.
Yeah, starting this 5 over block off on the right note. Bit of confidence in the batting now. Brendan's going to be feeling good. He's, 19 off his 23. Well into his innings now. He's going to be the man for the Oaks.
31 required. Off 24 balls.
That's what they put. So they're putting a man back where he's hit that boundary last over at a squarish fine leg. They've still got the deep cover, the long off, the long on, and
in the mid-wicket.
Mid-wicket. So this, you'd assume, would be a bit sort of stump to stump.
Zach Fraser back into the attack for Caulfield.
Into the deck. Umpire's not moved.
Well, play on, not out. It's a short ball. Batsman's tried to guide it through third man. Big appeal for call behind.
It's a strange one. It wasn't the bowler didn't
No, he didn't go
appeal
at all.
so much. He kind of put his arm up.
Anyway,
Behind the wicket, they looked convinced.
not out.
Oh,
Oh, it's
nice
in
shot
the
that's through the field. Should get 3 out of this, surely. Come on, Sammy, get them legs moving. Ah, just the 2.
Just the 2.
Good shot.
In for a tight finish here, Latho.
Yeah, it should be good.
Grace on strike again.
Makes
Short ball.
room.
That's over point. They're going to have to chase. It's rolling away. This
Not
could
going to
be,
get to the boundary.
could be 3. They push it. Should be 3. They're going to come back.
Well run.
And safe.
Yeah,
Nice
that's
3.
good work. Good work. 5 off the first 3 balls of this over.
Yep, not bad.
You can see he's just started to give himself some room. He's identified that no one's behind the wicket on the boundary on the offside. So we've got Sam, the right hander, on strike now. This looks like it's going to be a similar field. Well, they're just changing things now.
They're sending a third man back and bringing the fine leg up. And then you've got your mid-on, mid-off cover and square leg, I would say, on the fence.
Yeah.
Short ball defended back to the bowler. Dot.
It's good length. It's hard to hit something like that away for a boundary. You can see the pitch is starting to stay a little bit low now.
Can see the big fella Ollie Hayes warming up again at deep long on. So I'd expect him to be back into the attack next over.
Yeah.
Slow ball full toss, but played well down to third man. It'll just be a single though. 1 ball to come in the over.
6 off so far.
Grace back on strike. Fine leg back, third man up.
Gives himself room again.
Pretty well bowled.
Just the single. Stays on strike for the next over.
7 off. 20 for 102.
Couple dot balls in there, but also squeezed a couple 2 and a 3 in amongst the lot. So bit of an up and down over there. But I think it's going to come down to if Brendan Grace can find his four. He's really targeting behind the wicket. I think that's probably his best chance as well.
24 needed off 18. So we are going to have to start finding some boundaries here, Jeff.
Would you say 24 off 18?
24 off 18. Now, the opening bowler's back on. Hayes, who does have a bit of pace. So they've sent the third man back to the fence. Fine leg, looks like he's also going to stay on the fence. Mid on, cover, and mid wicket. So no one at mid off on the fence.
Gives himself room.
Oh, that was
Swing
a
and
ball
miss.
too. The slower ball probably could have targeted that mid off region.
I didn't get that.
Series back. In comes Hayes.
Oh, doesn't quite get onto it, but squeezes a single.
Just a single. 23 off 16 needed.
So he's also got he's going to have the last over as well, isn't he?
Yes.
By the looks of it, yeah.
Yeah, you would think so.
So you can't just wait him out here. You can't just nudge him around and target the next two because he's going to have another one. You're going to have to go at him sooner or later.
Third man and fine leg on the fence. Cover mid wicket. Slow ball. Are they going to have to push?
No, not
just a single.
Good start to the over here. It's those change-ups again, isn't it? Doing the trick.
Yeah, it looks like he's disguising them well. Sam didn't look like he picked up that that was a slow ball there.
Got a change of bat.
Okay, let's try it.
Bringing out the 4-pounder.
Lefty Brendan Grace with a new piece of willow in his hands. This one's going to send him big, I reckon.
Into the graveyard.
How about it?
Oh, he's gone for it.
He hasn't got it.
Just fell short. I was convinced that was in his pocket there.
Ooh, just a single.
Lucky that new piece of wood's no good.
Yeah, but he's still looking for the middle.
On pace.
It's going
Squeeze the
behind
third man. They're looking for two. Well fielded.
Yeah, it was well fielded.
What's that one to go?
20 off 13.
4 off the over. Boundary would be real handy, but where's it coming? Well, they're bringing. Are they bringing third man up?
Yes.
Well, he's looked at third man a couple of times, looked to give himself a little bit of room. You'll anticipate he's going to do the same thing. Surely as the bowler, you're thinking,
Slow ball.
well, slow ball or just a Yorker on the stumps because he's going to try and steer it. Oh, no, he's not.
Well, there's a man out there though. It'll fall short. It'll just be a single.
Oh, what do I know? What an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Milo.
So 5 off that over. It's not going to do it for us.
So what's that, 19 off 12?
Yep.
So I think this is the big over here. If we can get a boundary or two off this over, all of a sudden we're only chasing, single figures off that last over.
Yeah. Yeah, you probably need a double figure over here. Okay, so we've got the lefty on strike here. We've got mid on, mid off, mid wicket, fine leg and cover. So third man is up. Oh, that was the ball.
That's down leg again, no wide. I think there's a new rule about moving. If it would have hit your legs, it won't be a leg side wide or something along those lines. Is that? There's a new rule. If that's what the rule is, I'm not a fan of it.
No, I'm not a fan of the change either. Anyway, that's a dot ball. We see that pretty well, but straight to the man who's taken it on the second bounce and thrown it in, just a single.
Surprised Crofty hasn't messaged me with the exact rule just yet. I'm sure it's not far off. Sammy Jones, where's he going to target? He's strong. We know he's strong on the drive.
$18 still required. Swing and a miss.
It was there for him.
Dot balls, not what we want. Gonna have to get onto a few here.
Yeah, for any chance in the last over, got to have a good end to this over.
Well bowled, well here.
Yeah, straight to the fielder again, unfortunately. The Oakley boys finding the fielders, unfortunately, well.
Three to come here. 17 required off
Another
the
field
9.
change. See, this gets me up and about. I don't know if this is the...
Fine legs come up, third man's gone back.
I don't know if this is a change to go. You've got to anticipate him walking across his stumps here and trying to look to go over fine leg.
Yep.
Nah.
He's taken on mid off.
And that's out.
That's a blow. Brendan Grace departs for 30.
Yeah.
Oakley 4 for 109, needing 17 off 8 balls. That's a tough ask.
Yeah, it's going to be real tough with the new bat. Sam doesn't look to be striking him as well as he probably would like. We know he definitely can, but Gracie coming in can hit a long ball, so
He can indeed.
you know, if he gets on the 1 or 2, it's still game on. But it's a tall ask for the incoming batsman. Sammy 16 off his 19 so far, going at a fairly decent clip, but mostly just singles, working the field.
2 left in the over.
Gracie's going to fancy his little scoop shot, isn't he?
Well, I've sent a fine leg back. Third man remains on the ring. There's a forward square leg about 20 metres in from the boundary, mid on, mid off, and cover sweeper.
If I'm Gracie,
I think mid wickets is on.
Yeah, looking towards the turf nets.
Yep. Big gap there. Well, dot ball.
Alright, what's it now, Milo? So,
Okay, yeah, this is interesting. It looks like the umpire has called over, but on the frog box there's a ball to go. Hang on a minute.
The other umpire's not arcing up.
Geez, I hope they've got this right, because every ball is pretty costly at this stage.
Looks like the scorers have put another dot on the board there, so maybe missed one earlier on in the over.
They must have, because Grace only faced one ball.
Not according to the scoreboard, but yeah, he did. Slow ball,
It's bowled him.
taking the off stump. Slow ball.
It's gone for 4, but that's irrelevant, Jeff.
Yeah.
Sam Jones bowled, and with it, Oakley's hopes pretty much.
Well,
5 for 109, 17 off 5 needed.
Sam's done well rotating the strike, but he's probably come in at a point where We probably needed to accelerate it a touch more.
Just couldn't find the boundary, could we?
Couldn't find the boundary. That's, I think,
Which is what Ryan Pearson did really well earlier in the innings, was able to just find those boundaries.
he did.
A
But
couple here and there.
that being said, coming in to the crease, we've got James Ben, self-proclaimed big boy hitter.
He can hit a ball.
So if anyone's going to be able to find the boundary, it's going to be Jim.
Perfect scenario for him, really. Hit a 6 or get out.
So the boys in the club rooms, as much as I'd love a win here, I'm not sure if they're prepared for the amount of garbage talk that would ensue if they were able to get us across the line here.
I would enjoy it if you can do it.
Tell you what, I would. I'll buy him a couple to tell me about it all again.
Ooh. Playing a miss, they'll run and buy.
Yeah,
16
slow ball. It's
or
a tricky little slow ball. It seems to be deceiving most stats out there.
16 or 4. Going to need a couple of big hits.
Go on, Gracie. First time skipper Gracie, is it?
He captained last week in the T20 as well. He's captain our T20 side this year.
Of course. Captain's not to take us home, surely.
Yeah, how about it? Let's have it.
Forever the optimist.
Okay, straight down the ground. That's where we'll look to go.
Straight up.
Straight up in the air. Oh, it's dropped. Oh, they didn't run. They didn't run. They jogged through for a single. It was up in the air that long. They probably could have got back for 2, but
Can we get a concussion test on old mate at cover?
yeah, look, he's gone straight through the hands into the face. Isn't it?
Had to.
Jeez. Whoa, imagine 3 6s now. It'd be pretty sad.
Wishful thinking, but
15 needed off 3. Oh, he tried.
he picked it that time too. Just wide outside off.
And unfortunately, if he bowls legal deliveries, that's the game. 2 balls left, 15 needed. Do the maths, Jeff.
Crofty. Crofty will have tuned off by now. Bit grim at this point. I think Caulfield's closed this game out really well. I think through those middle overs, both teams were a little bit content to take the singles and go at about 6. Caulfield seeing the rate rise to 7 to 8, and then knowing that they had the firepower in these last 5 to get the job done with the risen rate. So big props to Corfield. Jim squeezing one out to mid wicket. They played well, Corfield.
Yes, they've defended well. As we've said multiple times, it's been really difficult to find the boundary. They've adapted well, lots of cutters, lots of slower balls, less pace on the ball, even harder to get that ball across this lush outfield for a boundary. 1 ball to come. How about a no ball 6 free hit? Grace hits it behind point. It'll just be a single. And that'll bring the game to an end. Victory to Corfield by 13 runs. 12 runs. Players shake hands here at Warwick Park, the home of cricket. Corfield defeat Oakley in the Twilight T20 match. So that's the last T20 for the year for Oakley. Have not done enough to progress to the next stage of the tournament.
I think a bit of a disappointing campaign for the Oaks. Obviously have a rich history in the Twilight T20s. Would have had some pretty high hopes, pretty talented group, but obviously fell short. So I think Gracie will have been keen to start probably the way that we did, and keep wickets in hand. Pearso got us off to a decent start. Was finding the boundaries that the boys down the order just struggled to do a little bit. So disappointing to finish in that way. I'm sure the game plan was to have wickets in the shed, but just couldn't quite tick the runs over enough through that middle period, and then a little bit too much to ask at the end. I suppose we better sign out now. Thanks for joining us down at Oakleigh Park, DW Nickel Oval.
Just run you through quickly the scores. Top scorers: Ryan Pearson 41 off 37, Brendan Grace 30 off 34. Oaks were looking pretty good when those two were at the crease, but no one else above 20. Probably needed one of those two to go all the way through and get us home. 2 wickets to Hayes, 1 to Fraser, Ostilly and Agar. And on the Oaks side of things, 49 off 31 balls to Rimmel, 25 not out, Agar 21 not out, Josh Agar, 1 wicket to Ben Fletcher, 1 to Matt Grace, 1 to Fateh Singh, who bowled a couple of really good overs. And that'll do it for us here at Oakleigh Park. Disappointing loss for the Oaks. Thanks for joining me, Jeff.
Thanks, Miles.
Here's what I found.
Thanks, Siri, copying the last minute, and thanks to Matty G and Carlos and Tom Miles and Trent, who all jumped on for a commentary stint.
Thanks, Milosh.
And get ready for the next episode of the Mighty Oaks podcast, recording and out next week.
Cheers.